guys, so welcome to my cozy little fall nook. I'm really excited for today's video because I'm going to be talking about all things fall, things that I love, things that I'm really excited about, and just sharing some fun ideas as well as some imagery for you guys to go ahead and take a peek at. As you guys know, I'm a huge Halloween fan, by far my favorite holiday. I go all out for Halloween. I love to do so many different looks. I love to really focus on things that are super gory and scary and very special effect heavy. I'm definitely not a professional makeup artist by far, but I do just really love that time of year because it's really a creative outlet for me, and I don't know, I just have fun dressing up in really scary costumes. So if you guys do have any Halloween requests that you would like me to do, make sure to leave them below. I've been doing this for literally the past 10 years, which is insane. You can watch some of my really old Halloween videos when I was a little kid doing, you know, just some very basic stuff, but at the same time obviously having fun with it and just really enjoying it throughout. And now that I'm getting older, I want to do some stuff that's a little bit more, I don't know, kind of take it up a notch and make it a little bit more elaborate, and I think that I've been trying to do that every year. And I also do have to say that I have finally figured out what my Halloween costume is going to be this year. It's going to be intense. It's definitely a very pop culture reference, someone very in right now, something that I think most people will instantly recognize when you guys see that. And it doesn't just include makeup. It literally includes a full hair situation. I'm going dark. I'm gonna have black long hair. I'm gonna have an outfit that I'm gonna make, all this stuff, and I just cannot wait for you guys to see that. I think it's gonna be really cool and hopefully as iconic in my mind as it actually will come out to be. So yes, back into the fall. So fall is amazing for me. I just love the time of year. I'm a Libra and I'm very much Libra. If you're not super big into horoscopes, that means that I am very loving. I like to be diplomatic. I like everything to be at peace, but I'm also very indecisive. And I think that all definitely encompasses me. I'm very much an overthinker. I love beautiful things and I love everything to kind of flow within that. If you guys are not into horoscopes, make sure to check yours out. I think it's always fun to do it, especially around the fall and cozy time. Just kind of, you know, check in on what's going on with your horoscope, even if you are not someone who fully believes in all of that. I personally always somehow connect to my horoscope in the fall, and I feel like I also always fall in love in the fall time. I don't know why that is, but the past times that I have been in love, it has started in the fall time. I think it's just a very romantic time of year and it's very cozy, and I don't know, there's just something in the air that makes people fall in love. So we'll see about all of that. So the first question I wanted to answer is if I have any fall traditions. Now, I love to decorate for Halloween. I think that is kind of my fall tradition. I love to go and put out some really spooky, creepy, different decor items, and I will be doing a full fall decor video, probably showing my bedroom and how I like to make it look for Halloween. But as far as decorations just around my house and stuff, I mean, I go all out. I have these Halloween monsters that we've had in my family for years and years and years, and we put them out every year, and they never cease to scare the mailman or the pizza guy or whoever is coming to our house. They are always just very freaked out by these very surreal and realistic looking monster guys. But we've had them for years and I love them. And as far as other traditions, I mean, obviously I'm someone who gets a ton of fall candles. It's my absolute favorite little pastime to do, and I think it instantly just puts you in the mood when you smell that really great fall scent. And then probably lighting fires. That is something that the day that it becomes just a tiny bit more crisp out in the air, I have my fireplace lit all the time. I love it. I think it's so warm and cozy and inviting, and I definitely know that any house I ever live in, I need a fireplace. I just love it. Even if it's somewhere very, very warm, the fireplace is a must in my opinion. The next question I have is all about fall drinks and fall food. So for drinks, honestly, I'm pretty basic, and I typically just stick to water, the occasional Diet Coke. I know it's bad, but I love it. And then probably a light beer, maybe champagne if I'm feeling really fancy, but I don't really have any festive coffees or anything like that, cider. I don't really do that for the fall time, but I know a lot of people really love that and they're into it. And as far as fall food, I love using things that have seasonal vegetables, things that are really fresh. I like cooking at home and kind of having that coziness. I think it can be really fun to cook a really nice little dinner for a significant other or for your roommate or your friend or whoever it may be, and decorate the table, get some really festive fall flowers. Like I said, put your fireplace on, the candles, the works. It's literally the most easy time of year to make a romantic dinner, and I think that's just so fun, very underrated and super easy to do. And I think if you haven't been doing that, you definitely should get on it this fall because it's really an enjoyable little start to your date night. So once again, I have teamed up with HelloFresh, and they're offering everyone in our audience to get started with 8 free meals. That's a total of $80 off your first month when you go to HelloFresh.com and use the code MeganParken80. And HelloFresh makes cooking delicious meals at your home a reality regardless of your comfort in the kitchen. HelloFresh is also now priced from $5.66 per serving, and I love the fact that it really does teach you how to cook. Everything is going to come to you pre-measured, and you're going to have all the ingredients that you need to whip up some delicious meals in around 30 minutes or less. You can easily follow along with the recipe cards, and they're going to be step-by-step instructions as well as photos. So if you are a visual learner, it's all there for you, and you even can kind of see what it's supposed to look like once it's all plated. These were the 3 meals that I had for the past week, and I'm having a hard time honestly choosing my favorite. Every time I show them, I do try to tell you guys which one I think that you should go ahead and try out for your HelloFresh, and I would have to say it's a tie between the sesame beef tacos, which were delicious. I love that this also came with a pickled vegetable recipe that I have never tried but was incredibly easy and very satisfying. I will definitely be making that again. I also really love that HelloFresh gets you out of your comfort zone. You can try different recipes that maybe you wouldn't try before but that you are bound to love. They have so many different options, from their family plan to their classics, as well as vegetarian and calorie smart. And of course, with the fall time comes so many different family events and gatherings. Life can get really hectic, you might be traveling, and HelloFresh is very flexible to fit your lifestyle. So you can easily change your food preferences or your delivery date, or you can even skip a week if you need to, and I'm a huge fan of that. Say goodbye to endless grocery shopping trips and trying to plan out your meals as well as ordering takeout. HelloFresh has you covered, and you're going to be given delicious, really yummy meals that also help you learn how to cook in the process. So it's a really win-win situation. Again, if you want to go ahead and get started with 8 free meals, it's going to be a total of $80 off your first month. Just go to HelloFresh.com and use the code MEGANPARKEN80. The next question refers to favorite type of fall music to get you in the mood, to make it feel really cozy in fall time. And again, back to the thing that I was saying earlier about the fall time being romantic. I don't think that I am exaggerating on that, but I definitely listen to music that kind of further invites that feeling. And I love to listen to like the Kings of Leon. I love the Lumineers, Mumford and Sons, Bon Iver. I'm very like folky, I think, in the fall time, but it definitely works. And if you're anything like me, you have similar taste in music. Oh, Ryan Adams. There's so many. I also really love like older stuff as well. I think that really works in with the fall time, like Counting Crows and Third Eye Blind. Just that stuff that makes you feel good and kind of nostalgic. Oh, the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I did see them at ACL one year, which was incredible. And now that I'm a little bit older, I think I would appreciate it just that much more. ACL is something that happens every fall time in Austin. It's Austin City Limits. Huge music festival, really fun, great lineup. If you ever have a chance to go, definitely go, because it is something you don't want to miss. Now that I have gone to Coachella, ACL is completely different. It's definitely very much so about the music. Obviously, being Austin is the music capital of the world, if you didn't know that little tidbit of information, people are for sure there for the music. So if you have ever thought of Coachella as being a very sceney type of thing, something where people just want to like wear cool outfits and get pictures and they don't really care about the music, that's not at all what Austin City Limits is. That is definitely a festival where they have incredible artists, incredible bands, and opportunities to really enjoy that live music all day and all night long. So if you're a fan of that, you might want to go ahead and check it out. And as far as other fall fashion favorites, I have so many. As I've said, it's my favorite season because there's just so much you can do in the fall time. I love kind of mixing textures like leather and lace and really gorgeous like flowy tops, as well as having fun with like thigh highs. I think thigh high boots are just so sexy, and there are so many different ways that you can do them. I also like that when it is maybe not super cold outside, you can of course get away with wearing like a really nice pair of thigh high boots with like a big sweatshirt or a little dress or a little skirt. Definitely have done that with my off-white stuff, and I think those are really great sweaters, especially for the fall time, because they're really cozy but they're not too warm, and they also are pretty trendy, I will say. I also really love fashion tights. My first time kind of playing around with them was actually at South by Southwest, and I had a gorgeous pair on when I went to an event with Charlotte Tilbury, and they had like floral roses all up the legs, and I thought they were just really sexy and cool, but I got so many compliments on those, and I definitely this year I'm going to be investing in some more luxury ones. I know Fendi does a really cool pair, and I think a few other brands are also kind of jumping on that whole fashion tight trend, and I'm here for it. I also wanted to mention that I am going to be listing some dresses on my Poshmark. Now with the fall time, I think it's just indicative of a time of year where people are celebrating. There's so much going on, so many events, maybe homecoming or winter formals or even holiday parties, and just fun things where you want to really look your best. And I am someone who has been to quite a lot of events, and I take them very seriously. I love getting dressed up for them, and I find dresses and outfits that I think are just perfect for that specific occasion. but unfortunately I wear them one time and then I'm not going to wear them again. So I want people in my audience at least to have the chance to be able to feel gorgeous and beautiful and just enjoy these really killer dresses that I have worn one time and then I think you guys would also enjoy. So if you're interested in that, make sure to go ahead and check out my Poshmark, and if you ever want to see what I'm wearing, I post it all on Instagram, so you should definitely be following me there to keep up with my life as well as my fashion choices. So this dress I wore to the ESPN body issue party. Gorgeous, really sexy red dress with like a little lace cutout all the way up. This was a dress that I did wear to Coachella as well, which would be so pretty for like, I don't know, even a New Year's or like a winter formals type of situation. It's just really, really stunning. I also wore this one in Vegas, and the colors on this are just really popping in here with the black. Really super fun dress. I'm also going to be listing the little two-piece set that I had on at the ESPY Awards this year, my gold one. Now I think honestly for the fall time, that like gold satin shimmery outfit would just be so pretty on so many different skin tones and hair colors. I think it could just be like a bombshell look. So definitely go ahead and make sure, check out my Poshmark if you're interested in that one, as well as this little strappy number. Again, I think for fall, rich gold tones and all of like the buckles and that texture is just great. I did also wear this in Vegas when I was there with the Palms Hotel when we were doing a little restaurant opening, which was super fun, and I think this is just incredibly sexy and cool, and someone definitely could have a really hot night wearing that fun dress. So the next question is about my favorite cozy thing to do in fall, and I'm going to be kind of a nerd and say that I just love to curl up with a good book. Now obviously you guys are watching this on YouTube and I thank you for that. Thank you so much for supporting me and following me, but I, like many of us, do try to find the time to get away from YouTube for a little bit and actually read a real book, not just an audiobook, but actually sit down with a book and kind of really dive deep into it. I think the key to this is finding something that you're interested in. You know, maybe it's sci-fi, maybe it's romance, whatever it is. For me personally, I love learning about meaningful coincidence as well as serendipity, synchronicity, how all of that works, the universe, law of attraction, manifesting love and positivity and just joy into your exciting life. And this book has been incredible thus far. This is called The Power of Flow: Practical Ways to Transform Your Life with Meaningful Coincidence. Now, if you are not fully on the synchronicity train, I'll give you like a brief little rundown. It's basically the idea of little signs from the universe that are guiding you to a path, that are telling you you're on the right path. You might be familiar with like 1111, so numerology, different numbers that are like angel numbers and have different meaning, and they can kind of signify different things to you, as well as something simple of, you know, maybe a song that's, you know, kind of connected to a certain person in your life that you haven't heard for a while, and then once you start talking to that person, you start hearing that song everywhere. And, you know, something, an old song that, you know, you wouldn't normally be hearing. Like, I literally have had such a journey with synchronicity and just believing that, understanding it, and really looking back through my life and connecting so many dots on so many incredible things and people and situations and just all of it, and it just really honestly blows my mind. My biggest tip on synchronicity and allowing serendipity to flow into your life is to be open to it. I do have that tattoo on my arm, which you guys I'm sure are familiar with, and even talking about that, like literally there have just been so many occurrences recently that I can tie back to a few separate things and places and people that just are the most incredible thing ever. And I hope one day that I will be able to share this journey with you all and actually tell you the signs that I've seen and how they've led me to certain people and places and ideas, and just like a true divine happiness that I'm so happy to be receiving in my life, that I also think just makes a lot of sense with a lot of different things. But anyways, before getting into that, I do think sitting down with a good book is super important. You can be really cozy. Again, get with that fireplace. If you don't have a fireplace, put on your favorite fall candle. Even enjoy the fact that it's raining outside or that it's cool. Open up your windows, have that cool air breeze come in, and just enjoy a book. If you guys would like me to do a video all about synchronicity and the law of attraction and kind of how all of this works, let me know. I definitely can. Another little, I don't know, I guess example of this would be, I was actually reading, and I'll put the graphic up here. It was a really great thing, kind of talking about the attributes and the ways that you can allow this flow into your life, things that you need to do and kind of focus on to allow the universe to really give you these signs and kind of motivate you in certain ways. And one of the things was showing like seeing a cloud in the shape of a heart, and I promise you, I literally read this, and then not even an hour later, I had a pair of jeans that I had on the floor of my bedroom. I was like unpacking my suitcase a little bit late, I know, a little procrastinating, and I had thrown a wet towel down, and I didn't realize this at first, and so when I picked up my pair of jeans, there was a perfect outline of a heart, and I'll go ahead and insert that photo. And at first, I will say, I almost blamed Minnie. I thought that Minnie had peed on my jeans. In a heart, no less, but honestly, I thought that's what happened. But then I realized that it wasn't pee, it was definitely water from my wet towel that I had thrown on the ground, which also you shouldn't do. But it had made a perfect heart on my jeans, and this was literally minutes after I read that little thing about synchronicity in the signs and seeing a cloud in the shape of a heart, and I don't know, without getting too far into it, it definitely resonates with me, and it definitely speaks to my heart and special people and things in my life currently. So I don't know, it was just a really cool thing, really reassuring, and just a really great feeling. The next question in my little fall themed video is, have you ever played with an Ouija board? Now I have not. I'm too scared to. I honestly believe in that kind of stuff. I read on Reddit way too much about all those creepy stories, so no, I have not, and I do not plan on it, honestly. The next question I have is favorite horror monster or villain. Now, like I said, I am a huge horror movie person. Like, I love scary movies. Like, the more scary, the more gory, the better. It doesn't upset me, it doesn't freak me out for some reason. They just really intrigue me, and I honestly love them, and a lot of people find that a little bit weird, but I think because I've seen so many, I'm a little bit hard to scare in a way. But the one movie and like the villains and, you know, horrifying creatures that I cannot get out of my head are the ones from The Hills Have Eyes. That movie is terrifying. It will never not be terrifying to me, so that's probably what I would pick as my favorite horror monster, but I mean, they're not my favorite because I think they're really scary and gross. And let's end on a bang. The creepiest thing that has ever happened to you while you were alone. Now, I'm going to cheat on this question a little bit because this didn't happen while I was alone, although I think I was the only person awake. So, I mean, as a little kid, I think that kind of counts as being alone, at least in my head it did. So when I was little, probably like 9 years old, I remember we lived in a fairly large house, and my room was on the 3rd floor of our house, and I remember hearing this really weird sound, and I got out of bed and actually walked to the 2nd floor of our house because that's like what overlooked like, you know, the downstairs, all that kind of stuff, living room, whatever, and I could hear someone playing the piano, and it was like 3 in the morning, and you know, that's creepy as it is. I didn't wake anyone up in my family about this because it was very terrifying, but the most terrifying thing was our family did not have a piano. There was not a piano in our house. I definitely don't think anyone was awake, and the only possibility that it could have been was maybe a toy. I know my 2 little sisters, Molly and Mia, were very young at this time, so maybe like a dog or something had stepped on a toy of a piano that we had, but I don't know. I just remember hearing like very creepy, slow, kind of dramatic piano music playing, but very faintly, and it was very late at night, and I was a little kid, and I remember went back to bed and I was super scared, woke up the next day, told my parents about it. They told me they didn't hear it, and that was that. Never heard it again, but that was probably the creepiest thing that I can think of, in my mind at least, that's happened when I've been alone. So that's it for my fall video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, I do have so many fun fall fashion videos coming for you guys, as well as some makeup stuff. Gotta throw that in. Of course, I'm gonna talk about relationships, sex, all that kind of stuff, because it is very much of my interest. And yeah, I'm just really happy. I hope you all are doing super well. If you want to follow my life and what I'm up to, make sure to follow me on Instagram. It's Megan Parken, and I'll see you guys there. Bye!